Hello, and welcome to the commencement ceremony for the one-on-one Women in Nutraceuticals Mentorship Class of 2025. I'm Amanda Jepson, the subcommittee chair for commencement and your host for today. We're so excited that you have taken a little time out of your day to celebrate the accomplishments of these colleagues and peers and to acknowledge the dedication of their mentors and their willingness to give back to our community as we all work to advance the future of our industry. Today, we have firsthand accounts on the impact of this mentorship program, an exciting keynote address from Dr. Stephanie Redmond, the founder of Dr. Stephanie's supplement brand, and the sentiments of the founders as well as of the new leadership that will be taking the reins. First, we're going to hear from some of the mentees about what mentorship and leadership mean to them.
Motivation. Mentorship is about sparking movement, and Francesca's leadership helped me align intentional action every step of the way. I'm eternally grateful to her and to the WIN Mentorship Committee for making this experience possible.
Encouragement. I believe it's very important to have encouragement in your career, no matter which part of your path you're in, whether it's earlier on in the career or you're in the middle of your career or you've reached a level where you're pretty experienced. You still need mentors, and mentors will give you that encouragement. Coming to WIN, I was actually looking for a mentor, and I wanted to come across somebody who was very encouraging at first and continued to go down that pathway with me throughout my career. And I came across my mentor, and it was just amazing how the simplest things were encouraged, and those encouraged other personality traits.
Nourishment. Nourishment, by definition, refers to the process of providing or obtaining the food and nutrients necessary for health, growth, and maintaining life. And it's really relevant to mentorship because mentors serve up nourishment. They nourish your confidence, your resilience, and your vision. And every conversation I had with my mentor, I left feeling like I'd just been given exactly what I needed to take that next step, the nourishment for personal and professional growth. Thank you, Paylene, for your mentorship and for providing me the nourishment I needed to continue on my journey and growth.
T is for trust. In mentorship, it's knowing you can speak openly, share challenges, and ask questions without judgment. It's the bond that lets mentor and mentee be honest, vulnerable, and fully invested in each other's growth.
Objective. Sibylle and I, she actually had a good plan how I should prepare myself properly to start my new position. And we focused on certain tasks that I had to find out about the new company I was working for, and it really helped. I had a really good start and I was very well prepared. So thank you so much.
Respect. Throughout this entire time, my mentor really created a space that was safe, that allowed for honest, transparent communication, where my opinion and my values and my beliefs professionally and personally were respected and they were heard, but more importantly, they were supported, and I am forever grateful for that.
My word today is stewardship. So it's a really appropriate word to define how my mentor supported me the last few months, because she gave me some good advices regarding guidance, how to manage with group of people, how to as well position myself in this new environment of changing world. So thanks again, and really enjoy this mentorship program with me.
H is for honesty, the key to any successful relationship. I am so grateful to my mentor who was always honest with me, even when we didn't agree or when it wasn't something I wanted to hear.
Her honest feedback, delivered with empathy and kindness, helped me to continue to grow.
Influence from a good mentor can put wind in your sail and nudge the rudder, sending you off in the right direction.
P is for purpose. My mentorship experience has given me a new sense of purpose in my current role and in my career growth overall.
As we heard, there's so many ways to interpret mentorship, leadership, and the many other related values. This program seeks to encourage mentees to explore exactly what it means to them and implement those values in their daily lives and throughout their career journey. I would like for us to take a moment to hear from one of the founders of the mentorship program, Dr. Sibylle Bufeld-Brenner.
Two years ago, the WIN Mentorship Program was only an idea. Today, it is one of WIN's flagship programs. I am Sibylle Bufeld-Brenner, and I'm very grateful that I have been part of its very first steps. Personally, creating and developing this program has been one of the most fulfilling experiences in my career. My deep gratitude goes to May, my co-chair, and to Linda, who was the board liaison when we started the program, and for sure to the entire mentorship committee. Now the leadership has been taken over by Stacy and by Gina, and they are coming in with fresh energies and ideas to take the program to the next level. I had a lot of fun and I learned a lot, and being a mentor in the 2025 class. And it was my great pleasure to have Denise as my mentee. Together, we explored leadership styles and how to be a strong individual and take the position that you want to take while contributing to a team, be a team player. And I enjoyed working with Denise so much because we have a common goal. We both want to work to make our nutraceutical industry stronger and to work on a more sustainable society for all of us. So, to the mentorship committee, to all the mentees and mentors, thank you for your contributing. Thank you for bringing this program to life. And you are all the role models. And thank you for sharing to our industry to contribute to a better future. And I can't wait to see how far you will all go. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sibylle, for those kind words and also for the work that you put in to building this program, as well as participating as a mentor in this round of programming. In a few moments, we will hear from your co-chair, May, but first we want to step over to Gina Benninger, who has taken over as one of the current co-chairs for the mentorship program. Gina, I'll hand it to you.
Good morning, and thank you, Amanda. I have the privilege of being the co-chair of the WIN Mentorship Program alongside Stacy Smith. Today, my heart is truly full. I can't express how proud I am of every single mentee who has walked this journey and of the mentors who have generously shared their wisdom and guidance over the past 2.5 years. This program has grown into something so much bigger than just pairings and meetings. It has become a community of support, learning, and empowerment. Mentorship is deeply personal to me. I was mentored long before I realized it was mentoring. And that experience changed my life. It changed my life forever. It gave me confidence, direction, and a career I love in an industry that has become more than just work. It has become my family. That's why giving back through WIN and this mentorship program is not only rewarding, it feels like the most meaningful way to honor what was once given to me. Being here today reminds me that mentorship is about more than guidance. It's about women supporting women, leaders emerging, and connections that last. I hope this community of mentors and mentees continues to flourish and to impact the lives the way it has so deeply impacted mine. I want to take a few moments to thank the WIN community, the WIN board, my fellow members of the mentorship committee, and every mentor who has dedicated time and heart to supporting the growth of women in our industry. This program would simply not be possible without your support. So today, let's celebrate the class of 2025 with gratitude, pride, and excitement for the bright future ahead. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you for allowing us to share this wonderful moment with you.
Thank you, Gina. You know, the thing that makes this program so unique and special are really the people who participate in it. The mentors and the mentees give life to the program and make it what it is. I'd like to give an opportunity to share about their experience to one of our mentees from this class. Please give your attention to Jenny Greer.
Hi, I'm Jenny Greer, a medical and scientific affairs expert and a graduate of the 2025 cohort of the WIN Mentorship Program. I found the WIN Mentorship Program at a time when I was feeling a little bit stagnant in my career, unsure of where to grow next, but yearning for growth and development. I was paired with the perfect mentor for me. Rajat Shah helped me to understand where my values lie and how to make decisions so that my personal and professional goals lined up with one another. Through her gentle guidance, I was able to gain a better vision for my future and to better understand how to get there. Thanks to Rajat, I feel much more self-confident and ready to take on whatever comes next. I can't recommend the WIN Mentorship Program highly enough. It's been such an incredible experience for me, and I am so grateful to WIN, the mentorship community, and Rajat for taking the time and putting in the effort to help me become the best version of myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Jenny, for the inside look at how this round of mentorship and training has impacted you and given you focus and clarity in your path forward. Speaking of recommending the mentorship program to others, registration for the next class of mentorship is now open. So if you've thought about applying to participate, I encourage you to do so after this ceremony. There will be links to follow at the end. And if you know someone who would make a good mentor or would benefit from being mentored, please pass those links on to them as well. Now we will hear from the other person responsible for starting this amazing program, May Yamada Lifton.
Congratulations, WIN mentors and mentees, for your completion of the 6-month program. We're so excited that you devoted the time to thinking through what are your goals, what's your leadership style, and also learn from each other what are things that you have in you that are possibilities. We hope that as a community, you help us spread the word and bring in more mentors and mentees and help us build female leadership. Thank you again. I'm so honored to have you in this group and be part of it.
Thank you, May. Your leadership and vision is truly inspiring. Thank you as well for not only leading as a co-chair, but also participating as a mentor in this latest class. We have one more mentee that would like to share how this program has impacted her and her goals before we hear from our keynote speaker. Please give your attention to Isabella De Rosa as she shares her experience.
Good morning, good afternoon, WIN community. Very pleased to interact virtually with you today to share the true benefits of joining the WIN Mentorship Program and how it can empower you with additional skills for your professional life, but not only. Before going into details, let me introduce myself. I'm Isabelle De Rosa, a French lady, as you can hear, who have worked over the last 20 years in the nutraceutical space. I've had various experience in product designs, marketing, category management, and sales all along the value chains from ingredients to finished products. Right now, I'm leading a global position as key account in a major European CDMO. Now, let me share how I've been convinced to join WIN community and more specifically the mentorship program just 1 year ago. As often is life, it has been a story of human connection with engaging and passionate person. It was clearly Sibylle Boucheval, who I met the first time last year at Supply Side West, who has convinced me to join this exciting adventure. During our different exchanges, she clearly highlights the sorority of this community. We support each other, and especially via the mentorship program. Today, I feel really lucky to have taken part of this program, as it really brings me more confidence in my skills to perform and bring value to this industry. My mentor, Sarah, thanks to her good advices, tips and support, has indeed brought her lights to well manage my professional progress without forgetting private and family life, as all in life is a question of balance. Now I feel ever stronger in my position of woman in the nutraceutical industry, and I'm ready to climb other steps, keeping in mind this precious discussion with Sarah. I really encourage you to catch this great opportunity and to take part of this mentorship program. So now, bonne chance et bon courage!
Thank you, Isabella. What an uplifting and inspiring story. I love that your mentor not only helped you with your professional goals, but also assisted you in balancing your work and personal life. One of WIN's key initiatives is to make this a truly global program and not solely providing training and support to members in North America. The class of 2025 had participants from all over the world, which at times makes coordinating schedules a bit of a challenge, but so worth it to provide support and growth opportunities globally. I know I've had this conversation with many people, but the bigger our community, the more diverse the perspectives, the better we become. Now we have come to our keynote address. Dr. Stephanie Redmond has a list of accolades too long to mention, as well as a veritable alphabet soup behind her name. After her residency, she founded the medication therapy management practice at the Ridgeview Clinic and Hospital System in Minnesota. She's a respected speaker, consultant, and published author, and has been featured in national news segments, including Forbes and Business Insider. She has founded a line of supplements that has gained retail distribution in Walgreens, CVS, and Walmart, and is leading innovations in digestive health, women's wellness, diabetic care, and GLP-1. I am so pleased and honored to be introducing her here today, and that she has brought her amazing journey to all of us.
Thank you so much for the introduction. I am absolutely both honored and thrilled to be speaking to this group of women and mentors. I'm inspired by you, and simply just by your involvement in this program says a lot about your passion for growth personally and professionally. Now, I might be a new face to many of you, so I thought I could open with taking 5 minutes or so to share my own story, and then I'll transition and close with some pearls that have helped me during times of adversity in my career, some things I wish I knew if I could go back in time and talk to my younger self. And then I'll send you off with my biggest, warmest blessing to go change the world. So a little bit about my journey. My background, I'm a doctor of pharmacy, a certified diabetes educator. I'm board certified in advanced diabetes management. And before I really talk about my practice, I'm actually going to start out with something that I do think every one of you should do if you haven't. Back in my residency year, we took a strength finder test, which I honestly at the time thought was a waste, as I already knew my strengths until I got my results. I was a poor example of what you want, which is strengths scattered evenly among all these 4 buckets, but all of mine fell into the relationship building bucket. So knowing this, I really leaned in and used that to my advantage, and you'll see that as a theme throughout my story. I think it makes sense as you embark on your leadership journey to truly understand and grasp your strength. And I built relationships and teams with incredibly smart people who can compensate in my areas of weakness, so I can focus on what I'm good at. I also think it changes as you mature and grow. So if you've done this in the past, it could be something beneficial to revisit. When I started out as a pharmacist, I didn't want to work at drug. I had already been a Walgreens pharmacy cashier and technician for several years. I didn't want to work in a hospital. I don't have the personality for that. And after my residency year, I brought a business proposal to a clinic system up in Minnesota that they should have a pharmacist in their clinic caring for patients. And after a lot of charm and proposals of different reimbursement models for pharmacist visits, they gave me a 6-month trial, and the rest is history. I built a medication therapy management practice, or an MTM practice, and within a few years' time, I'd grown the practice every year. I had trained residents under me to keep expanding the services to new locations and specialties. And a quick tangent, what in the world is MTM? I would meet with patients to review all of their medications, over-the-counter therapies, and supplements to ensure they were indicated, they were effective, meaning they're used at high enough doses to work and give therapeutic benefit, and to make sure they were safe without drug interactions, side effects, monitoring certain labs, and finally for compliance. How did they fit into their lifestyle? Were they affordable, etc.? And this really allowed the physician to do what they do best, and then I do what I do best. So I quickly became recognized for my hack with supplements, OTC expertise, which was unique because no other healthcare providers were evaluating this. Doctors really aren't trained on it, and in their defense and billing models, nor do they have time to focus on it. Although we would all probably argue this is the foundation of good health and disease prevention. Plug your ears, FDA. Simultaneously, I was a national speaker for virtually all of the big pharmaceutical companies in the diabetic space, including Ozempic for Novo Nordisk, AstraZeneca, Sanofi, Dexcom. I was invited to sit on the U.S. Strategic Advisory Board for Eli Lilly, who now makes Mounjaro. I saw a lot of the docs call me crazy for using GLP-1 so broadly in my practice, and nowadays it's practically in the water. But I saw firsthand the major reasons for noncompliance, and to this day, I utilize this real-life clinical experience in my own formulations because the same assessments of medications directly applies to supplements. So fast forward to 2018, I had a baby, and this was the only possible thing that could break me from my beloved patients and clinic, my colleagues, and traveling around speaking. And maybe it sounds strange, but this was the season of my life that was the perfect time to launch my supplement dream. So we launched 3 products in diabetic care: my blood sugar 24-hour, my carbon sugar blocker with berberine before berberine was trendy, and nerve support supplement. And we sold our first bottle online DTC in July of 2019. We launched chain-wide in CVS 1 year after that, and 2 years after that, we launched chain-wide in Walmart and Walgreens, and we're now the #1 diabetic brand in the space. Today, my favorite thing to focus on in my business is innovation. We are launching full force into postpartum care, women's health, and hormone health, and I absolutely love partnering with branded ingredients who have invested in the research, show me the science, and tell me a story that I can bring to life. Really a differentiator in the marketplace because every ingredient needs a story, and it needs a storyteller. Now, it hasn't always been rosy. Obviously, there's a lot of scary moments too in running a business, right? And in this career and in this industry, and wondering if we'll keep our spot on retail shelves, wasted money on inventory and marketing for items that I couldn't sell. One I still can't wrap my head around. 5 years ago, I made a menopause supplement. I essentially took all of the best ingredients that I used to recommend in my own daily practice. There was phytoestrogens, isoflavones, the same black cohosh found in Remifemin. I put them all into one amazing supplement, and we couldn't give it away. We threw it all in the garbage at expiration. Well, and now guess what the hottest trends are? Of course, perimenopause and menopause. So maybe I was just a little bit ahead of my time, I guess. So moving on, it is so important to make connections and to surround yourself with intelligent, motivated, driven people and mentors, just like you're doing. And maybe a great time for me to say a special thank you to Doug Lynch in the audience, in particular, someone I consider an extremely well-connected master in the nutraceutical industry. There's a saying, never to be the smartest person in the room, but no one talks about how vulnerable that can feel. And something that has really helped me in those periods is continuing education, keeping yourself relevant, keeping yourself valuable. Wellness is changing so rapidly. Look at women's health, especially with the recent social media attention around all the flaws of the infamous WHI study and hormone replacement therapy. Learning gives you confidence, inspiration, and passion. So how can you thrive? Nope, wrong word. How can you survive the hard moments? And first, recognize this is essential and everyone goes through hard times. I've always loved the quote from Disney's Mulan: "The flower that blooms in adversity is the most rare and beautiful of all." And resilience is key. And the most valuable and beautiful qualities are often revealed in the faces of challenges and hardship. So here are my favorite, actually, 4 mantras for getting through the rough patches. Number 1, Rome wasn't built in a day. The best things take time. Trust this. And the best advice I can give you when you feel overwhelmed is just to chip away at it every single day, a little bit. And it may not feel like much, but over months of time, you will look back and you will see what a difference it has made. Number 2, everything is temporary, for better or for worse. I have learned that problems, sometimes seemingly catastrophic, are business as usual, and you just have to learn to endure them without it wrecking your world. Otherwise, you're going to be unhappy a lot of the time. You have to learn how to effectively manage stress. And on the flip side, when things are going great, don't forget to soak it in. Enjoy the journey, because these really are the golden days. Number 3, put your own oxygen mask on before helping others. If you do know me, you know I'm in love with exercise and fitness, and it may seem strange, but I used to feel so guilty every time when I took time out of my day to exercise. Like, I should be working, I should be with my kids, I should be doing XYZ, but hot yoga, cycling, group fitness classes are my lifeline to maintain balance, mental health, and it fuels energy and creativity in my work. And number 4, lastly, balancing doesn't mean doing everything. It means prioritizing what is important, eliminating what isn't, and delegating what you can. What about when you're on fire? How can you really capitalize on the moments when you have momentum to propel forward, lead, and create real change in the industry? Well, I'd like to share my personal journey with manifesting, and it's timely, it's currently happening, and I think some parts of it can be really inspiring. On January 3rd of this year, I downloaded a manifestation app on my phone. Those dang Instagram influencers really got me. And I started reflecting, journaling, and dedicating time to focusing on it, because where you focus, your energy will follow. On January 13th, I made a journal entry, and although I had never had a single conversation with Target, one of the biggest retailers, I wrote out a very specific goal that we will launch X number of products in 2 different categories this next year at Target. On January 15th, I made a journal entry for a sign, which I assigned to be a bright red cardinal. Close and engaging, I wrote. I followed the app recommendation and began to imagine myself staring at my products on Target shelves, even end caps, and how that would feel. I saved a mood board of pictures that captured my emotions around this. And then on March 19th, the stars aligned and I was awarded a meeting with the Target baby care buyer. Now, I had been actively seeking out a dang cardinal every day and had not seen one. And on the day of my Target meeting, a bright red cardinal flew in front of my car, triggering instant tears of joy and gratitude. And at the speed of light, we have 2 items. We have more than 2 items getting cut into 2 categories this year yet at Target, and a lot more to come in 2026. So talk about a wild experience. Within 6 months, 0 communication to 2 cut-ins blows my mind, and it's powerful. Now, I am not telling everyone that they should be manifesting every single day and doing yoga and feeling zen, although actually, yeah, you should. But rather, I think the underlying concept of the practice is important to consider. Making choices and engaging in behaviors in a way where you believe that you deserve something. You believe something will happen for you, that it is happening, that it's an expectation without doubt, gives you confidence. It gives you charisma. It gives you momentum. So envision yourself feeling all the emotions of success, whatever your definition of success is, and paint that picture and soak it in. And then act accordingly, make decisions accordingly with confidence, and watch the magic happen. I remember my first presentation to a group of doctors. I had just flown into Texas, and when I arrived at the conference, the first physician I met looked at me and said, "Oh, cute, are you the rep?" I'm like, "No, I'm actually the speaker during your dinner tonight." And I have to say, and I want to close with 2 more thoughts for your consideration. Number 1, the handicap is not being a woman. Now being a woman is the advantage. Women and a dedicated movement focused on women's health is driving the next generation of nutraceuticals. The pendulum has swung, ladies, and now it's actually probably our duty to make sure we don't forget about the men. Number 2, and lastly, Reflecting back, my insecurities in my professional career mostly stemmed from my youth, not necessarily from being a female. So remember, only women can truly understand what other women are going through in almost all seasons of life because we have lived it, from fertility to postpartum to aging and now perimenopause and menopause and life after all that nonsense, juggling a career with kids, juggling a career without kids, being a boss, being a wife, being a mom, things that a man will never know, but you do. And it's our responsibility to look out for each other and to look out for the younger generation of professionals coming in to lead and to guide them. So once you get to the other side of your career, give it back. Help the younger women coming in, finding their feet, give them grace and give them strength, because they will be what continues to set us women on fire in the industry. Thank you.
What an amazing message to sum up what so many people have noted about their own experiences. And I love that the focus on balance came back around. Thank you, Stephanie. You inspire us, and I can't wait to use this momentum to build big things. Well, we aren't quite done yet. We have the most important part of the day to get to, announcing the graduates. We don't have a stage to walk across today, but I will be reading out each mentee's name, as well as the name of the mentor that has guided them through this 6-month program. 6 months is a commitment for both the mentee and the mentor. There are so many hours of work and dedication that have brought you to this point, and on behalf of the entire mentorship committee, and I think I can rightly say on behalf of the entire WIN community, we're excited for what comes next for you. After the reading of the names, we will hear again from Gina and Stacy, our co-chairs. They have some words of wisdom to impart to you. And so without further ado, the reason we have all gathered here today, I present to you the graduates of the WIN One-on-One Mentorship Class of 2025. Dr. Obale Guilherme, Mentor Mark Filuz. Amy Kozowski, Mentor Brad Pace. Arzina Hasham, Mentor Doug Lynch. Christina Roller, Mentor Ewa Hudson. Colleen Manor, Mentor Carla Oyen. Dr. Denise Cebu, Mentor Dr. Sibylla Buchwald-Werner. Diana Piper, Mentor May Yamada Lifton. Isabella Di Rosa, Mentor Sarah Lacina. Dr. Jennifer Greer, Mentor Rajat Ntal Shah. Karen Hecht, Mentor Jennifer Cooper. Kira Niam Diop, Mentor Devin Golem. Kimberly Summers, Mentor Francesca Mercandelli. Megan Stike, Mentor Paylene Thorogood. Ria Haria, Mentor Rasha Uday. Stacy Smith, Mentor Fan Monet. Sarah Burden, Mentor John Stockman. Vanessa Francisco, Mentor Heather Weiner. Congratulations to all of the graduates in the Class of 2025 Mentorship Program. Now we'll head over to Stacy for her final remarks.
Thank you all so much for being here today. First, a heartfelt thank you to Amanda for orchestrating this commencement and every detail surrounding it. Your planning, follow-through, and calm coordination made today seamless, so thank you so much. To our program chairs, Sibylla and May, thank you for pioneering this program. You've been elevating it and its impact over the last 2 years. Your leadership, consistency, and care are deeply appreciated from all of us. So thank you so much. And to Gina, our new co-chair, thank you for stepping in with such energy and organization. Your time and structure are going to help carry this program further over the next 2 years. To every mentor and mentee, thank you for investing your time, your insights, and your heart, not only in your own growth, but in the growth of the entire WIN community. The ripple effect of your conversations, your accountability, and shared learning strengthens all of us. And last, but certainly not least, to the Mentorship Committee volunteers. Your dedication behind the scenes powers everything we celebrated today. Thank you for your devotion and for your time. Speaking personally, this program has been an incredible experience for me as a mentee. The guidance, feedback, and encouragement I've received have sharpened my skills and expanded my confidence. It's a reminder that when we lift one another, we will all rise. With that, I'm excited to share that registration is now open for the next WIN Mentorship program. So this is for both mentors and mentees. So if you've been considering it, this is your moment to join in, give back, and grow. Amanda, I'll hand it back to you for closing announcements.
Thank you, Stacy, for those kind words. Now we're going to go over a few announcements before we adjourn for the day. First of all, please join us to celebrate in person at SupplySide Global. The mentees will be receiving a special gift as a thank you for their participation. We've spent the past half hour talking about how exciting and beneficial this mentorship program is. And as you've heard, registration is now open for the 2026 WIN Mentorship One-on-One Executive Leadership Program. You can find a link on the screen or follow WIN's LinkedIn posts for more information. There are several ways that you can support our next mentorship class. Spread the word, share the registration link on social media, share your mentorship story, and encourage others to join either as a mentor or as a mentee in our next cohort. And we are launching new programs this year in collaboration with the WIN programming team. We're launching a 4-month group mentorship program that is open to all members of the WIN community called Leading a Global World. The topics will focus on leadership skills for navigating today's complex global business environment and will feature expert-led content. Participants will build cultural intelligence, resilience, agility, and innovation to stay ahead in a competitive market. In another exciting collaboration with the Entrepreneurship Committee, we'll be launching a specific entrepreneur mentorship program designed for 10 WIN members featuring coaching from experienced entrepreneurs and business owners. Full program details will be announced next month. And finally, I am pleased to announce that the 2025 yearbook for the mentorship program is now available. We've uploaded it into the chat, so you should get it there. The mentors and mentees will also get a copy emailed to them later today. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day and be well.